They weren't built to survive. They were built to kill tanks. No turrets, no mercy. These are every Soviet tank destroyer used in World War II. Section 1. Early War Improvisation 1941 to 1942. ZIS-30. The ZIS-30 was born out of desperation. In late 1941, Soviet forces needed mobile anti-tank firepower immediately. Engineers took the powerful 57mm ZS-2 anti-tank gun and mounted it on the chassis of a small Komsomolets artillery tractor. The result was crude and unstable. The gun's recoil was so severe that the vehicle could rock violently when firing. Ammunition capacity was limited, crew protection was minimal, and the silhouette was dangerously tall. Yet the ZIS-30 worked. Its 57mm gun could penetrate German Panzer III and early Panzer IV tanks at combat ranges. In ambush rolls, it proved deadly. Only around 100 were built before production ended, but in the dark days of 1941, the ZIS-30 bought the Red Army precious time. SU-series. Before the war, the Soviet Union experimented with self-propelled artillery and anti-tank vehicles under the SU-5 designation. These early vehicles mounted guns on light tank chassis, including the T-26. While technologically outdated by the time the war began, they influenced later designs by proving that mobile guns could support fast-moving units. Most SU-5 vehicles were lost early in the conflict or withdrawn from service. Section 2. The transition to purpose-built designs. SU-76. The SU-76 became the most widely produced Soviet self-propelled gun of the war. Built on a modified light tank chassis, it mounted a 76.2 mm gun capable of firing both high-explosive and armor-piercing rounds. Its open-top design reduced weight and simplified production, but left the crew exposed. The SU-76 was not heavily armored, nor was it intended to duel enemy tanks head-on. Instead, it excelled in ambush tactics, infantry support, and flanking attacks. Against German medium tanks, it could be lethal when used correctly. Despite early mechanical issues, the SU-76 became a backbone vehicle for Soviet mechanized units. Section 3. The rise of medium chassis tank destroyers. SU-85. The Su-85 was developed specifically to counter German Panthers and late-model Panzer IVs. Built on the reliable T-34 chassis, it mounted an 85mm gun capable of penetrating German armor at combat distances. Its low silhouette made it ideal for ambush warfare. The Su-85 marked a turning point. For the first time, Soviet tank destroyers could reliably engage and destroy modern German tanks without relying solely on numbers or sacrifice. Su-122 anti-armor roll. Though originally designed as an assault gun, the Su-122 occasionally functioned as a tank destroyer. Armed with a massive 122mm howitzer, it lacked the velocity of dedicated anti-tank guns, but could destroy tanks through sheer explosive force at close range. Its primary value remained infantry and bunker suppression, but in urban combat, it could obliterate armored targets with devastating effect. High-power tank destroyers 1943 to 1944, Su-100. The Su-100 was one of the most effective tank destroyers of World War II. Built on the proven T-34-85 chassis, it mounted a powerful 100mm D-10S gun. This weapon could penetrate German Panthers and Tigers at long combat ranges, even from frontal aspects under favorable conditions. The vehicle had a low silhouette, thick frontal armor, and excellent firepower. Unlike earlier designs, it did not rely solely on ambush. It could fight head-on when necessary. Introduced in late 1944, the Su-100 arrived too late to influence the early stages of the war, but played a decisive role in the final offensives into Eastern Europe. Its design was so successful that it remained in service long after the war ended. Section 5. Heavy assault guns as tank destroyers. Su-152. The Su-152 earned one of the most infamous nicknames of the war, Beast Killer. Built on the KV-1 heavy tank chassis, it mounted a massive 152mm howitzer. While not designed specifically as an anti-tank weapon, its shells could obliterate German heavy tanks through explosive force alone. At the Battle of Kursk, SU-152 destroyed Tigers and Panthers by shattering armor, damaging internal components, or blowing turrets clean off. Its slow reload rate and limited ammunition made it unsuitable for prolonged tank duels, but as an ambush weapon, it was devastating. ISU-152. The ISU-152 was an improved successor to the SU-152. Built on the IS heavy tank chassis, it featured better armor, improved reliability, and the same colossal 152mm gun. By late war, ISU-152 units were used to smash both fortifications and armored concentrations. German crews feared these vehicles, not for their rate of fire, but for what a single hit could do. ISU-122. The ISU-122 offered a different approach. Instead of a howitzer, it mounted a high-velocity 122mm gun better suited for anti-tank combat. It had greater penetration and accuracy at range compared to the ISU-152. In tank destroyer roles, the ISU-122 was more precise and effective against heavy armor, while still retaining the ability to destroy hardened positions. Section 6. Light and Specialized Variants. Not every Soviet tank destroyer was built to kill heavy tanks. Some were designed for mobility, infantry support, or to fill gaps where heavier vehicles could not operate effectively. SU-37. The SU-37 was an experimental self-propelled anti-aircraft and anti-armor platform. Mounted on a light tank chassis and armed with a 37mm automatic cannon, it was intended to defend armored units from aircraft while also engaging lightly armored ground targets. Production was extremely limited, and the vehicle never reached widespread frontline service. Still, it represented Soviet efforts to create flexible, multi-purpose, armored platforms during the war. SU-57. The SU-57 was a unique case. Based on the American M3 half-track supplied under Lend-Lease, it mounted a 57mm anti-tank gun. In Soviet service, it functioned as a fast, lightly protected tank destroyer. While vulnerable, the SU-57 offered mobility and sufficient firepower against German medium tanks. It was used primarily in reconnaissance and mobile anti-tank units during the later stages of the war.